Hello everyone, and welcome back to one of my adorable little editorial videos that you all appreciate, sometimes appreciate, don't appreciate. Insert one of the names here. And today I thought I'd be discussing the Fall of Cadia. Yay! The Fall of Cadia. You know, everybody loves that. Well, some people love that. Well, a few people love that. But anyway, that's not the point. I'd like to discuss one or two little thoughts and ideas I have about it at the moment, and just see what you guys think about the whole thing. So, I don't interact on forums as much anymore, because I think people on the internet fucking vile, but anyway, what I've heard is that they're going on with the Fall of Cadia. They're going to expand the timeline, which some of you will either be very happy about or very irritated about, depending. I think I've made arguments in the light of both over the years, but you know, we will leave those for another video. So yeah, the Fall of Cadia. I have a few concerns about it. Now, the rumors I've heard is that they're going to expand the storyline right up until the Fall of Terror. Basically, you know, Golden Throne is about to fail, everyone's about to die, and then they're going to end the storyline there. Now, for me, this seems like a bit of a case of blue balls being a bit dickish about it. I don't know. It just, you're going to build up all this hype and all this expectation, and then you're going to not do anything with it. It seems like you kind of just should either do something with it or not bother at all, really. But, you know, nonetheless, that's up to the individual people involved about whether it's worth doing that or not. And I will probably not, you know, spend so much time criticizing that here. But it just, yeah. The whole setup of setting it up and then getting rid of it again just seems like a bit of a rude idea. And there's a few other problems with it, in my opinion. Just little things I'm going to cover here. First off, I'll just cover the one out of the way that immediately cropped to my mind when I thought about this. I saw the Demon Primarch Magnus release. I actually saw a model in store when I was on my holiday, buying some... I know I'm criticizing Games Workshop and I fucking spent about $200 on new models when I was away on holiday, but despite the point, when I saw the new Demon Primarch Magnus model, and I thought, you know, that looks pretty cool, you know, I like that. And then a thought occurred to my head which is, wait, isn't this cutting into Forge World's racket? It does seem like they're cutting quite a bit way into Forge World's racket here, and I don't know. I know Games Workshop's all one organised company, and you know, all that sort of stuff together, but I always thought Forge World were in charge of doing the Primarch models. I always imagined after they did the, traditional, you know, pre-heresy, during heresy Primarch models, that they were going to come out with a range of Demon Primarch models as well. Yet, why would anyone want to buy Demon Primarch, you know, Forge World Demon Primarch models now, if suddenly now that you can just buy a plastic one? Agreeably, the Forge World one will probably be of superior quality, but even so, you wouldn't spend the money twice. Who would? So it just seems like you're undercutting your own business model there. Now, maybe the pre-heresy or the during heresy Demon Primarch models will be different, in which case they're just going to try and milk more money out of you, which, you know, I think is a dickish move in itself, but we won't get into that one right now. So, and also, it also poses the question, are you doing Loyalist models as well? Are you doing Loyalist Primarch models as well as the Chaos Primarch, you know, Demon Primarch models? Isn't that also undercutting on Forge World's racket a bit? And what about Primarchs that haven't been released, like Lionel Johnson? If they do a plastic line of model of Lionel Johnson, why the fuck would anyone want to buy a Forge World one of Lionel Johnson? It just seems illogical. So that, you know, kind of baffled me slightly, but I don't know, maybe Games Workshop have a plan with this. Maybe they've actually talked to Forge World and they're tying in to each other. But, you know, as we said, it's too early to tell now. And, you know, they will do what they need to do. The next thing is, you know, the Fall of Cadia. Cadia is going to fall. Now, as I've argued in the past, the stagnation of the Imperium, and in particular the stagnation of Cadia and, you know, the Eye of Terror, is representative of the actual stagnation of the Imperium itself. It's part of the mythos, the world of the place. they're one and the same. The stagnation of the Imperium is the representation of the stagnation of, Games Workshop's storyline. They are melded and blended together and with each other, and to just come out of the blue and suddenly decide to change it just seems like you don't understand your own universe. And considering they created it and yet they seem to not really understand it, it just throws up quite a number of questions, to me personally, that makes me wonder what's going on. But, as I said, they do what they want to do. And, I don't know, it seems like a bit of an odd move. And also, if you're going to do Fall of Cadia and you're going to do all this thing for the Imperium, are you going to do things for anything else as well? Are you going to finally get around and, explain Shigarath and the Eldar's plan to defeat Slanesh? Are you going to cover the Tau Empire getting eaten by Tyranids? Are you going to cover the Necron's re-emergence? Wow, that Titan is getting its ass handed to it. That's pretty oh, it's a Necron Tomb Pylon. Sorry, I was distracted by the game for a second there. So, it just seems like, are you going to cover everything else? And if so, does that mean you're going to do new books about it? And if that's the case, how long is it going to take? And all of these little things that go into it. So, I'm not the biggest sure how you think you're going to implement this without, pissing everybody off or leaving things out or failing to cover certain things. But, as I said, you do you, and they certainly will. So, we can only, wait and see what will happen. I suppose on the bright side, if the Tau get eaten by the Tyranids, that will make me happy. And if we figure out and if Slanesh gets screwed over, that will also make me happy. So, no losing there. And if they expand the fluff, we can maybe figure out what the hell happened to the Lamenters, because I'd really much like to know. But as I said, these things will happen in time, and we've just got to be patient, which is not a big strong suit in the world today, but whatever. People will do what they want to do. So I don't know. I'm kind of half forming thoughts on this because I'm not sure exactly how to think about this myself. It seems a slightly baffling, out of touch idea that doesn't understand with the audience, but at the same time, I'm kind of happy that they're actually, advancing the storyline at all. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure all this out in the future. But I don't know. Just the whole blue balling thing of expanding the storyline but then stopping. Although, to be fair, I wouldn't want an Age of Sigmar on my hands by any circumstances. Although, that also bodes another interesting question I've just thought of. So, you're going to expand the storyline and things, which is fine, I guess, it's good. But, what do you do about named characters being killed off? Are you going to do an Age of Sigmar thing and have them just dead? Or are you going to, just not have any named characters getting permadeathed, which, either one really seems to could possibly happen. So I don't know. Oh, just on that front though, by the way, I was reading the latest the White Dwarf, which had the Fall of Cadia battle report in it. Yeah, quite cool. I quite like the new White Dwarf, actually. I have actually been getting it more regularly now. And it's actually really good, so if you've gotten out of the White Dwarf over the years, I'd recommend getting back into it now. Tangent aside, I was reading the new White Dwarf, and it had a battle report which had, Imperial forces on Cadia fighting the Black Legion. And in the battle report, it was hilarious. Abaddon actually got himself fucking killed by the Living Saint. I mean, seriously. Even in battle reports, Abaddon is a failure in everything he does. I'm sorry, but that's just hilarious. Abaddon's demon sword in the battle report rebelled against him, right? Wounding him, and then the Living Saint just came along and freaking chopped his head off. I just thought that was just so funny. Oh, bloody fail, Ben. Even in his own battle reports, even when he's about to take Cadia, he's still a screw-up failure. Oh well. Good old Abaddon, at least. So yeah, I'm afraid I have nothing else really further to report. I'm just going to throw out there that I'm optimistically pessimistic about this whole thing. I don't know. Fall of Cadia it's a risk, and I'm not sure if it's a risk that will actually pay off for them in time or not. But hey, I could be wrong, and stranger things have happened. So maybe in the future that all this will work out. So until then, I'm going to have to figure out a way to reverse this freaking battle. And until then, I will thank you very much for listening if you did. I know this was a bit ranty, and my future ones I'm going to maybe write a script out for, or some bullet points, and make them more cohesive and thought out. But for now, I just wanted to get a little editorial video out there for you guys, because I know they were appreciated when I used to do this before. And I guess I shall catch you all again another time.